Welcome to today's lesson. Today we review. Our learning target is I can apply all that I've learned about multiplying fractions to solve a variety of fraction multiplication problems. Let's get started. As we review today, please look for the following skills that you have already learned. Multiplying proper fractions, simplifying before multiplying, multiplying fractions by whole numbers, converting improper fractions to mixed numbers, multiplying fractions by mixed numbers, factoring numbers to find the greatest common factor, and understanding the different symbols that mean multiply. All of these. All right, you ready for our first problem here? Let's do it. Here we have 1/3 times 4/5. When we multiply two fractions like this, proper fractions that are already simplified, we simply multiply across. 1 times 4 is 4, and 3 times 5 is 15. 4/15 is our product, and it's already in simplest form. Next problem. Here we have two more fractions. Now, we see we can do a little bit of simplification. Let's do that. Let's divide the 2 by 2. Let's divide the 6 by 2. And we were going to get 1/4 and 5/3. And now we multiply numerators and denominators. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. And because we simplified first, using that old-fashioned word cross-canceling, right? Our product is already in simplest form. Let's try another one. Here we have 7/8 of 2/7. And remember, of means multiply. Oh, I think we can do some simplifying here. We can cross-cancel in both directions. Do you see how we can cross-cancel? We can divide the 7s by themselves, right? And those turn into 1s. And then the 2 and the 8, well, 2 is the greatest common factor for 2 and 8, so we can divide both 2 and 8 by 2. And that'll give us 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now we have 1/4 of 1, or 1/1. And so, let's see, 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 1/4 is our final simplified product. Let's take a look at another problem. Ooh, whole number times 3/7. 6 times 3/7. Well, do you remember what we do with a whole number? That's right. We turn it into a fraction by writing it over 1. And now we've learned to simplify first. So let's check to make sure we can't simplify. Let's see. I see 6 and 7 here. Can't simplify those. 1 and 3 here. Can't simplify those. It's time to multiply. Let's do that. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 7 is 7. And here, for the first time today, we have an improper fraction as our answer. And so we must convert that into a mixed number. And we do that by dividing. 18 divided by 7. Let's see, that's 2 times 7 is 14. There's 2 7s and 18 with 4 left over. So we get 2 and 4/7 as our final answer. Let's check to make sure the fraction part is in simplest form. 4/7 is in simplest form. Let's go on to another problem. Here we have 3/8 of 8, another fraction by a whole number. All right, let's get started. We'll write the 8 over 1. We check to see if we can't simplify first. Can we simplify? Yes, we can. Look at that. Let's do it. 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2. No, I was thinking of the last problem. 8 divided by 8 and 8 divided by 8. Those both divide to get 1. And so now we have 3 over 1. What's 3 1s of 1? Well, that might be confusing, but multiplying 3 times 1 isn't. That's 3. And 1 times 1, that's 1. And so we can just write 3 over 1 as a whole number 3. 3 is our final simplified answer. Let's try another one. Do you remember how to multiply a mixed number times a fraction? This we just learned very recently, didn't we? Okay, let's do it. First, we must take the mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction. So we'll multiply 2 times 2, and we'll get 4. And then we'll add to the 4 this 1 here, and we'll get 5 halves. So 2 and 1 half becomes 5 halves. And a drawing of that would look like this. There's 1, 2 halves, 3, 4 halves, 5 halves, which is two wholes and 1 half, 5 halves. Okay, we're going to rewrite the 6/10. And now we're going to simplify first. Always remember to do that. How are we going to do? Oh, look at this. We can do some serious simplifying. 5 and 10 popped out at me right away. We can divide 5 by 5 and 10 by 5. That'll give us 1 and 2. And look at this. 2 and 6 can also be simplified. 2 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, because 2 is the greatest common factor of 2 and 6. Let's see, we're going to get 1 and 3. That leaves us with 3 halves. We're almost done, but look, this product is not yet in simplest form because it's improper. So how do we change that back into a mixed number? That's right. We're going to divide. We're going to divide, and I'm going to come do it down here if that's okay, just to make space. We're going to divide 3 by 2. And let's see, 3 divided by 2, let's see, is 1 with 1 left over. So that's 1 and a half. That is our final answer. Wow. That's a lot of work, many steps, but you know them all. I think this is our final example. We haven't practiced factoring yet. Sometimes these numbers are so big we need to factor. We want to check if we can simplify, let's see, 16 and 32, but we're not sure. And so we're going to go right back to what we learned about factoring. So 32, factors of 32, 1 and 32. Let's see, 2 and 16, and 4 and 8. Factors of 16 are 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and 4. So the greatest common factor, it's 16 itself. Look at that. So let's divide by 16. Let's do that. 16 divided by 16, 32 divided by 16. We'll get 2, and we'll get 1. How about that? We use factoring to find the greatest common factor, then cross-canceled. Oh, and look, 21 and 3. Now, if you know your math facts, you know that we can go ahead and divide 3 by 3 and 21 by 3. And we'll get another 1, and that's 7. So now we have 7 times 1 and 2 times 1. Well, that's 7 halves, which we have to convert into a mixed number to make it simplest form. How do we do that? Yes. We're going to do 7 divided by 2. Let's see here. There are 3 2s in 7, which makes a total of 6, with 1 left over. So we get 3 and a half as our final product. What do you know about that? All right. Today's learning target is I can apply all that I've learned about multiplying fractions to solve a variety of multiplication problems. Today's work is practice, 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 review, review, review. Let's get to it.